then I'll just talk about the conference. So please, Désiré, thank you very much for being part of the conference. A little bit about yourself.
Yes. My name is Mbonimpa Désiré. I'm Burundian refugee in Rwanda, and I'm activist for human rights. And also, I'm still a student in the School of Law, University of Rwanda. I'm in the last year 4. And I have created a program of mediation in Imam Refugee camp. And I prepared a topic about which I want to talk. And I think it is very good for me to have a network with others so that I can share what I have as values. Yes.
Okay, so perfect. So thank you very much. What I'll do is, let me just put up what we are doing today. Of course, the topic for this is the World Mediators Conference. So we have lots of sessions started on 18th May, will go up to 30th June. So the topic that Désiré suggested was mediation in the refugee community, key tool for peacemaking. Ihsanullah is supposed to join us. Hopefully he'll join us later. So that's what we're doing. I mean, all the sessions, the recordings are available on my YouTube channel. So you just have to search Mediator Vikram on YouTube. You'll find the channel. And there is, of course, on the LinkedIn post and Facebook post, all the posts, there is the link to the schedule. So you can see all the speakers and the YouTube links also. So Désiré, that's what it is all about. So please, you can take us forward on the topic. At any point of time, if your voice is not clear, I'll shut your video. Or maybe I can shut your video now. So please share your screen. And then later you can put on your video, right?
Right.
So please, you want to share your screen?
Yes, I can share my screen.
Yeah.
Now I can show my slides now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Désiré, we can see the screen. Yeah, please.
This is a topic.
Yeah.
I have prepared. You hear me?
Yeah.
Thanks. Mediation in refugee community as a key tool for peacemaking, because mediation is a better way to use for helping others to live in peacefully. Peaceful situation. So, first of all, there is diversity of refugees because we are from different cultures, different nationalities. All over the world, there are people who have fled their respective countries of origin for a variety of reasons. Generally, they have fled and are still fleeing because of internal crises in their countries of origin, such as insecurity, political conflict between the leaders of political parties, discrimination on ethnic, racial, religious, or political grounds, famine. There are many examples to show how there is diversity. So, as a refugee, we are a sample of countries of origin, because this diversity of refugee who the refugee community in exile demonstrates and proves very well that they make up a true sample, a true image of sample of the world population of each country according to their nationality. Sample of our countries of origin. And refugees can make a positive change. A positive change is possible. So as politicians are often behind to force the change of residence of their citizens, and therefore of refugees like me, refugees must positively change their ideas, the ideas of their authorities in their countries of origin by adopting a behavior of living in harmony in exile. I have to have a good behavior myself. I have to change the world, starting by behaving as a good person in my community. And to make mediation, we have to use good values. I have to have good values. More explicitly, every refugee who has good activities that generate hope, joy, love, forgiveness, solidarity, and generosity is a good peace activist in his country of origin and in his country of asylum. For a long time, refugees, even if they are sometimes seen as the problem, the world problem, sometimes we are seen as problems because we are seen as a burden of state. So we have always been sources of solutions for world peace with their social gestures of solidarity, forgiveness, and intercultural and intergenerational intergenerational dialogue. When we are refugee, we dialogue, we create associations, we discuss about our life. Sometimes we have to change the world. And as mediation, we meet refugees with different nationalities. Congolese refugees, Burundian refugees, Sudanese refugees. For example, here in Mama refugee camp, even there are other who are Libyan, who live in Gashora, near Kigali, with this diversity of cultures, languages, and hopes in
Désiré,
it is.
Désiré, is it possible to speak a little louder? Because you're...
Okay, I can speak loud. Yes, mediation in different countries. I said that, however, mediation between people from different countries is no easy task. In the moment you become, there are of cultures, language, and hopes in exile based on interest. This program in Vikram to try to reduce problems among refugees and also to who are often brought before court, which is not necessary because when you go to court, you create bad relations. So as we are vulnerable, as we are poor, I tried to create this program among refugees so that we can create a good example, a good sample. You hear me?
Yeah. If it was louder, okay, it would have been better, but your wish, if you can. If your mic comes closer to your mouth, I think it might.
Yeah. Okay. I initiated a justice by mediation program, GMEPRO. I organized formal and informal meetings, virtual, by Zoom or WhatsApp, and non-virtual by phone calls or by sharing short articles via WhatsApp group on the importance of living in harmony. I have I've already organized the 17 meeting sessions, 5 formal and 12 informal. I text articles on the importance of mediation for peace everywhere, starting where you physically live. I have already helped 14 people who were in conflict with each other. So, so 7 cases of conflict have been resolved through mediation thanks to my mediation techniques. And also 4 associations have resumed good relations between their members thanks to my role as mediator when I used mediation means by listening one by one and then by listening to them all together using focus method. Focus is a technique when with each side of a dispute. So dialogue is better when you use dialogue. You do mediation using dialogue, using discussion. And I don't have really few physical meetings between refugees that require funding, money. Refugees can't be brought together or in a conference in given a center or a meal. So, and I have started my mediation at work at the end of 2022 and has already made a very positive change to the lives of many refugees in the Mahama refugee camp in Rwanda. My scheduled activities in near future, I want to work hard to organize more meetings on very important subjects about our daily life in exile in Rwanda. I also want to set up more virtual meetings to exchange ideas between refugees from all over the world, especially those who speak Kirundi, Nyarwanda, French, and English, as I'm able to hold meetings in those languages.
Désiré, you're on mute. Can't hear you. Désiré, you'll have to unmute yourself. We can't hear you. So Désiré has an issue with the signal. So what we'll do is, up till that time, let's just put up the place where you can find more information. That is mediatorvikram.com. So what you have there is, of course, we started this conference by celebrating Ken Cloke's birthday, and I celebrate that as World Mediators Day because the person Ken is. So you have all the ways that you can connect. And then I do exist physically somewhere, and that's where it is. So here the World Mediation Circle focus area to create mediation circles in every school, college, community, organization, issue-based mediation circles. So read about here, that here. There's a form, there's a link to a form. Please fill that form if you want to be part of it. Of course, become a patron. All these activities need me to spend a lot of time. So that aspect needs to be compensated in some way. So Edutainment 2023. So education and entertainment. This gives, of course, 2021 and 22, they have the different sections for that. So here you'll find ways, of course, you can stay in touch, all the various things that you can do. And then you have whatever has happened up till now. So celebration of the YouTube channel, Evolution of a Mediator, a series where I take mediators through their life, the journey of life and their evolution. Because my idea is that mediators are not made in 40-hour factories. They go through so much to be who they are, and they keep evolving all the time. So that was the reason behind that series. Then in Conversation, the Beautiful Mind is a conversation with people with the mediator mindset. And the idea was that people should have a face of a mediator. Otherwise, you can keep saying that you are a mediator, but do people have a face for a mediator? Do people connect with mediation? So that it's talking books, because some of us like me don't read them. So let's talk about the books. So Star Wars and conflict resolution. There are alternatives fighting, commercial mediation in the digital era, mediation beyond COVID, hacks, cracks, and crocodile tears. That's a book that I also contributed to. Then symposium number 7, language and mediation. The YouTube playlist, you can click here. So all these other events also, YouTube link is here. Then the day in last year that Russia invaded Ukraine, we had a discussion on that. Ken Cloak also joined that discussion. So mediators in the war in Ukraine. And the forum series, Women in Mediation, celebrating International Women's Day. Last year we had him, I think, this time with 25 women from 17 countries. This time not so many. Celebrating India mediators. So every country will celebrate Mediators Day there. Then India Mediation Circle, then Magic in Mediation. This is a book that Ken is writing, so which he took us through his thoughts on that. There's an article also which I've put out, Ken's article on this, that series. Then symposium on mediation legislation, the how, what, why, what, who, when, where of it. So 50 plus speakers, 30 countries. Then Michael Lang on magic in mediation. And this is what we're doing now. The conference, World Mediators Conference. And information about the conference, the schedule, gives the YouTube links and details of the panelists and YouTube playlists. So different things about the various series that I have. There's Evolution of a Mediator, In Conversation with the Beautiful Mind, forum series, lectures about mediation, talking books, mediator experiences. Mediator Reflects with Michael Lang. He has the reflective practice groups. So one of his groups, which is the Irish group, they came together and took us through what they actually do in a group. Magic in mediation, mediation visionaries, mediator lifestyle. So there's lots that happens. And of course, support. Again, if you appreciate what, in terms of the content that's out there on the YouTube channel with almost 600 videos out there, you can send a gift. So that's how they do this. Then we have, of course, 2022, and a specific section on the events that Ken has been part of. So you have the YouTube links there. So all that is here. Now, Désiré, you want to unmute yourself and continue your presentation? Yes, Désiré. Yep.
It's my scheduled activities in the near future. I want to work hard to organize more meetings on a very important subject about our daily life in exile in Rwanda. I also want to set up more virtual meetings to exchange ideas between refugees from all over the world, especially those who speak Kirundi, Kinyarwanda, French, and English, as I'm able to hold meetings in those languages. Denuta is a group of persons as a team with me for my mediation initiative to work together. I lead this team. Denuta means Découverte d'un nouveau talent, New Talent Discovery Group. So I have a group of young people and adults, 23 people for my think tank, Denuta think tank. There's people who are also refugees, chat on WhatsApp group, and also help me to put up posters of themes or topics for discussions, because we publish our terms on public space, and some accept our event when we organize a Zoom meeting or WhatsApp group discussion. So according to our schedule of organized meeting, these members of my think tank also help me to spread my peace mediation initiative. My work is so vast, and I've tried to detail what I do, but in brief, as I was going to write even more than 60 hard to read some pages at the moment. So I tried to write a few words, and if possible, I work, but it is not easy to work here in refugee camp. So as a financial support requested, I would like to finish my presentation by my request for financial support of my mediation work, because I needed the internet, the financial means to travel by bus for research and in different institutions, and the means of communication. So small budget for per month, if I find, for example, between 70 and 200 USD per month, I need at least this, and I would like to thank in advance anyone who is able and willing. Anyone who can help me is most welcome. So, as I told, I'm Désiré, law student at University of Rwanda, then the refugee, and also this is my WhatsApp number for more information, and the email. These are link for LinkedIn and Twitter. Sometimes I publish activities or information related to refugee life. In a few words, this was my presentation, and I thank you very much for your commitment to promote mediation, because for my case, in refugee community, we need peace more than others, because there are many sufferings. We have hunger, we have different economies, so we need more discussion. We need many techniques of mediation so that we can make better the world using our few means, using our skills. Yes, I thank you very much.
Thank you, Désiré. The only thing is that you are requesting people to support you. I am also requesting people to support me. But let me tell you, that doesn't happen. I've also been saying that for a long time, that this work requires a lot of funding. There's so much work to be done. Let's hope, because I had actually put out a mediation vision 2026, and had asked people that if they have projects, come and discuss it. And if people can fund it, is really nice. So it's good. These are the kind of projects that if people get involved in. So same thing I'm doing, same thing you're doing. Let's hope there are people there who support. But tell me, Désiré, now you're a refugee, you moved from Burundi to Rwanda. Now, if you, with your experience today, and you say living in harmony, if today you had to go back to Burundi, what are the lessons you've learned that you can utilize in Burundi? Your thought process, your mindset, what all has happened there?
They are we want to tell in Burundi.
What has changed in your thought process since the time you had to move out from Burundi to Rwanda? What has been your change, and what would you lessons that you will take back if you had to go back? What would you, I mean, living in harmony is a two-sided process. So if you move back, what are the lessons you'll take? What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, as I have presented, my change is to promote dialogue among refugees about
Your voice is actually but I can't hear you.
specifically for culture and education. So as I want, sorry,
Your voice actually got cut off. I think there was a signal issue. So you just might have to just repeat yourself what you were saying. What I'll do is let me stop your video. Maybe that will help the signal issue.
okay. My okay.
Yeah. So Désiré, what were you saying? What has been the change in your thought process? What lessons would you take back if you have to go back? And how your thoughts on living in harmony have changed?
Sorry.
What has been your change in your thought process? Since, I mean, today, if you have to go back to Burundi, what lessons would you take back with you? What is the message on living in harmony that you will take back?
Yes, the message I can give is to promote uh, good cohabitation, because many problems which happen in our society, it is because our ignorance. We are the same. We share common sense as human beings. So we have to think big about the absolute necessity of living together. We have to understand that in the world, it is very important to understand each other. There has been many wars in the past, in East Africa, in Europe, First World War, Second World War. Yeah, in East Africa, there are some group of persons who don't understand that peace is necessary. While peace now is necessary when there is peace. I remember I problems which happen when there is no peace. no one can win. And I mean, we can grow our economy. So I think using dialogue, using discussion, using some kind of mediation in our real life, it is a better way to promote peace. I love Burundi. I shudder to go back to Burundi because Burundi is my country. I am in Rwanda because there has been some there has been problems at high level Burundi, and when you are young, a simple citizen, you can be afraid of what you hear. But personally, I have to build myself. I have to build my community as I can, without discrimination, without division. That is what I think to want to continue to do.
But Désiré, you have to tell us what circumstances did you have to leave Burundi, and when did you leave Burundi? Since when have you been in Rwanda? Just a little background about yourself also.
Yes, me, I was in Burundi. I was a student at university, and in 2015, there has been a problems of fear, because as I told you, the problems which exist really in Africa, for example, in Burundi, there are political leaders who created problems among them. And when you are a simple citizen, you go to a market, you see that here to listen to radio, you hear the one person and another person. And also, there has been massacres, some persons have died. So this situation with ambiguities can push someone to change his residence, not because not because I don't love my country, but because I have been afraid of the situation. That is why I want to build myself, to build my community without discrimination, without division. And the most I will create a good society, the most the world will have again peace in our spirit. First of all, we need the peace in our spirit, the confidence in our society.
But tell me, who all in your family have moved there? I mean, who all are there with you?
Some are in Uganda, and I have a few who are still in Burundi, and others, some are in Rwanda. Yes.
Okay. So now, like I said, now if you have to go back to Burundi, you said, I mean, what are things changing there? What's happening? Any chance of going back?
What?
Any changes happening there? Is there chances that you can go back? What's the situation now?
Yes, there is a change. The change was I hear information. It's true. I see that there is some persons. So we have information here, And I hope that in near next in 1 year, 2 year, don't know, I can go back to Burundi. I hope, but I need that those political leaders continue to understand each other, to understand that the Burundi is our country. We have to avoid to destroy our own country. So I hope that all political leaders will understand each other and we give peace of Burundian spirit so that all Burundians believe in them.
But last year, Désiré, in the conference, there was a session on mediators as leaders and leaders as mediators. So that is something as part of the World Mediation Circle. The idea was that you have a grassroots movement, you identify those with the mediator mindset, and then they should be the leaders of the community. What do you think of that, about that?
Leaders and the
Mediators as leaders and leaders as mediators.
yes, mediators as leaders or leaders as a mediator. What I can talk about that is that first of all, you have to behave as a leader by showing a good way for a society. A mediator is doing where the mediation, it is changing slowly the society. Because a mediator is like a judge, but a judge who is amicable with as a friend. By mediator, I understand that I have to have a leadership to change bad ideas of others. As a leader who behave as a mediator, there are leaders, political leaders who can who organize dialogue between different parties. So mediation made by leaders is a good way to prevent many conflicts, which can even become open. So I think that as a leader, it is a good kind of person to change quickly the world, using discussion, using dialogue about the daily fact, daily topics.
So will Désiré make a good leader or not?
I think I make a good leader. Because for me, for example, you have to understand here in Burundi, there are Hutu, Batutsi, Batwa, Dono. There are Burundians, for example, in Mama refugee camp, in even in another area in the world, refugees are different. So when I understand, when I remember that in the past of Burundi, there has been ethnic conflict, there has been a civil war, there has been many problems at the level. I understand as a young person that if I promote a good dialogue, a discussion, if I promote mediation using good values of human being, I have my origin maybe my ethnic, I don't know, ethnicity, I don't know, but those are not good things to talk about. If I'm white, if I'm black, it's not good to advance this in.
But Désiré, what?
That is why education, why you don't.
Yeah. Oh, you were saying, sir, you got cut off. What I was saying, Désiré, what you have to do is you have to make a Mahama refugee camp mediation circle. And you further need to identify those with the mediator mindset. We need those people. We'll get them together. If there is any skill development required, we have, of course, there's so much content on the channel. There's so much that they can watch. Similarly, try and create something. You have people in Burundi, I'm sure there's some connections there. Ask them to create a mediation circle there. And then obviously from there, we take it forward and then we have those conversations, those dialogues, or good conversations that should be had. And let's leave politics, advocacy, activism on one side, and let's get people together, have those conversations. I think let's see. I mean, the thought process behind the mediation circles is that, and you have to take it forward. So Désiré, of course, your concluding remarks, anything that you would want to, if you want to put your video on, and just say bye to us. You want to do that? Yeah. So your concluding remarks, how would you want to conclude your session?
Yes, I thank you very much for having given me opportunity to talk about mediation in the community. We are example of Burundi. With our diversity, we have to show that we have good nature in our heart, and we can change the world, starting our society, our community. Yes.
Absolutely. So now we have to, the MANA mediation circle, let's put it together. Let's hope there are people who would like to fund that. And let's also put up what the World Mediation Circle, because whatever those things that you said, I just want to put out the why part of it. So to bring a moral values, not value, principles and ethics-based humanistic approach to dispute resolution, where heart, soul, spirituality play an important role. That's the kind of mediation we will need to promote. So Désiré, thank you very much. And of course, I mean, please watch the other sessions and put your comments and questions in the chat and join some session if you have to, right? Okay, Désiré, thank you.
Yes.